Lovelinas, I'm Angelique Alexander, and today we're going to be making a home-baked apple pie. So what you're going to need is a baking dish, about 6 to 7 apples, 2 pears, 1 orange to squeeze the juice. Then for the topping, the crumble part, we've got some mixed muesli, which has got some seeds in it, some raisins, some almonds, and a couple of other nuts. About 1 cup of flour, so it can either be almond flour, white flour, whatever you prefer. And then we've got about a cup of oats. Heaped tablespoon of butter, about a tablespoon of stevia or sweetener, and then about a tablespoon of cinnamon. So now we're just chopping up our fruits and placing it in our baking dish. I've preheated the oven to 190, and once everything's chopped up, we'll make the crumble to spread over the top. Ready to put some orange juice in the dish. So this just adds a nice citrus flavor and keeps it all moist. And then we add my favorite spice of all, cinnamon. And we just mix this all up. So now we're going to make the topping, which is nice and crumbly. So I'll mix my muesli and mixed nuts into my oats. And I did say a cup of flour, but this, you kind of take it as it comes. Sometimes I use the whole cup, sometimes only half, depending on the texture. So you play around a bit. So you can see we've mixed all that in. And the butter is kind of what makes it stick. So I'm just going to start with half, and we'll add our stevia and sweetener. And the point is to try and get it to crumble. So we just play around with the texture until we get a nice crumble for our apple crumble pie. Okay, so I haven't used all my flour or butter, and you can already see we've got a nice crumble texture, and that's exactly what we want. Now I'll just spread this over the top, nice and evenly. And now this is ready to go into the oven for about 25 to 30 minutes, all depending on your settings. I like to have my top nice and brown and crispy. We've taken our apple pie out the oven, and I've warmed up some low-calorie custard. I absolutely love this custard because it's only got 50 calories per serving, so it's more than fine to use. And I'll just dish up a serving now for Mark to have a taste. So like I said, with this recipe you can really leave it in as long as you like, depending on how crispy you like the topping, how soft you like your apples. And you can just pour a bit of custard on the top. And now it's ready for tasting. Mark, can you come join us?
Hi guys, I'm about to taste Angie's apple crumble pie.
Yes.
Right. It's one of the best apple pies I've ever tasted. Apples are still crunchy. Custard is extremely warm and sweet, and it's crumbly. You guys gotta try it.